Breathe, girl, and just talk. Just talk. Because it's 2025, y'all have to know how to beat your face. You have to know how to beat your face, okay? Hey y'all, welcome to another video. So as you can tell by the title, I will be showing y'all how to achieve this beautiful soft glam that I always do on myself literally every single time. So as some of y'all know, I do not use foundation, so this look is literally a concealer only look. In another video, I will be doing a full glam where I will be using foundation and probably like a little cute eyeshadow shade, but for now this video is for my beginners, my girlies who are trying their hardest to get it right and just like they just can't get it together. But it's okay, because I was once you. Literally, I can upload a clip right now of my first time doing makeup on myself, y'all. Yeah, it was that bad. It was that bad. So this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to get a pen, paper, notes on your phone, whatever, and sit back and relax and enjoy this video. Like, I'm trying to make it seem like we're on FaceTime, okay? I'm trying to make y'all comfortable, even though I'm nervous as heck. I don't know why. I don't know why. But other than that, sit back, get your notes, and let's get into this. So let's get started. So first, I recommend moisturizing your face with any skincare that you already use. So I use the Tatcha moisturizer. Let me show you guys. I go in with the Tatcha moisturizer, and then I go in with sunscreen. Okay, so first I recommend putting on any type of eye patches while you do your eyebrows. The first step would be doing your eyebrows. So first, we're gonna go in with our E.l.f. Laminating brow gel. So the brow gel is just for if you want like that stuck eyebrow look, like that new stuff that's going on. I usually do it just to lay my eyebrow hairs down, just for the ones that are sticking up. So eyebrows is one of the hardest steps for me, so that's why I'm using this mirror, so I can like be very close up and personal when doing my eyebrows, because eyebrows is the step that takes me the longest. So you just dot some. And while you're brushing your brow hairs, make sure you're brushing them the way you want your brows to lay. Like, so if you want your brows to go up and then down, or you just want your brows to flow, make sure you're brushing your brows the way you want them to flow. Okay, next you're gonna take your eyebrow pencil. So this pencil is the NYX Professional eyebrow pencil. This is in the shade Espresso. So you can either use this one or you can use, let's see, another Wet n Wild. My favorite one is Morphe, but Morphe is on the more expensive side. So I got the NYX one. And you can also use the ones from the hair store. Eyebrow pencil is the eyebrow pencil. When you do your eyebrows, you're gonna take your brow pencil and you're gonna follow the natural shape of your eyebrow. So first, I don't start at the front and then go. I will usually start where my curve is and start drawing that way. And then when you're coming down to the tail, I usually drag my tail down some, because usually your tail would get cut off once you put your concealer on. So then after that, you do it with the top. Same thing with the top. Just color it in. Now, your brows don't always have to match, okay? Your brows don't have to be sisters. They could be cousins, okay? They don't have to match. Because usually I do this brow better than this brow. But it's cool, because they're cousins. They're not identical sisters. Okay? Just think of them being first cousins, not second cousins. First cousins. I think this is good. Okay, so next step will be filling in your eyebrows, like cleaning them up. So you're gonna take your concealer, okay? The concealer I use is the Born This Way concealer in the shade Chai. Now, when you're going to these stores, Sephora and Ulta, and not knowing your foundation shade, as someone who's been doing makeup and does my own makeup, you have to know your undertone. My undertone is warm. So this shade comes in a warm undertone. So you can't get a shade that comes in a neutral or pink or peachy or red undertone. You have to get your undertone, or sometimes if you get the wrong undertone, you will come out looking probably yellow or ashy, or it'll look like your skin tone. It'll look like your color when you put it on, but then once it's set, you're gonna be like, this does not match. Like, it matches your skin, but it doesn't match your undertone. The real important part is your undertone. You have to make sure it matches your undertone. So, take the concealer, put it in the back of your hand. Now, I'm going to demonstrate how I do my eyebrows with both brushes, because I use a flat brush just like this, and then I also use an angle brush just like this. Both brushes are from Amazon. It's the same brand. You don't have to get an expensive one, even though I have an expensive one, this Morphe one, but I stole it from my mom. I don't think she know I have it. She probably will know once she watches this video. But I use these two. I got them from Amazon. I will leave the link, or I could just upload a screenshot of them. But this eyebrow, we're gonna use the flat brush, and then this eyebrow, we're gonna use the angle brush. Now, when doing your eyebrows, I'm gonna come up close, okay? When doing your eyebrows, what I do, I start at my arch. I don't start at the front. With this type of brush, I start with my arch. The angle brush, I will start at the front. So, I gotta concentrate. I can't keep talking. So you just follow the line of your brow. Be very careful, like don't rush this step. So after I do my curve, I will go to the front, and then kind of, I have to stop talking because I'm shaking. Okay, just watch what I'm doing, and then I'm gonna demonstrate what I'm doing. Now, you see how I messed that up? You see how it arches and then it curved down like that? You gotta fix that. So when you're doing the front of your brow, you have to come in at an angle, because that angle can line up with the arch. So that will means you might be cutting off some of the hairs in your eyebrows, but it will not matter because it'll be covered up with the concealer. Easy fix. And then once you get it lined up the way you want it lined up, you just bring that concealer down. Drag it down, and then whatever excess on your brush, put it on your eyelids, because that is what you're going to use for your eyeshadow. Your concealer will be used as a base to apply your eyeshadow. Once you bring it on your lid, you're going to take, I got this Real Technique brush, or you can use any fluffy flat brush, and you're just gonna blend that in. But make sure you pat, don't swipe, because you don't want to mess it up. And then that front part, bring it in towards the middle of your nose, well, the little bone part to your nose. This eyebrow is done, so now we're gonna do this eyebrow, but with the angle brush. Okay, same exact step. Take your concealer, Dab it on the back of your hand. Okay. This one might be a little hard for me because y'all, I'm left-handed and I'm using the right side of my face. So now with the angle brush, it might be a little easier with the angle brush because your eyebrow already goes at an angle. So with the angle brush, it will be easier for you to just start at the front and just glide it all the way around. See that? Now we're just gonna take it and clean it up some. Perfect. But you're gonna take some more of that concealer and just drag it down. But with the flat brush, you do get more product than the angle brush. But be careful, y'all, because I just messed up. I added some concealer to where it should not be. Okay, so another thing. If, say you're doing your eyebrows and you make a mistake, you get concealer on your eyebrows. You're going to pat dry that concealer. Pat it on your eyebrow, and you're gonna take the eyebrow pencil and go over it. You're just coloring over the concealer. It's an easy fix. All right, take your brush. These are our eyebrows. They might not look like sisters, but they are first cousins. Okay, eyebrows are done. The next step, we're gonna prep our face. So let's take these off. Okay, so to prime our face, I'll be going in with the E.l.f. primer grip. Y'all, this primer is so good, and it doesn't even cost much. I think it was like $6 for this. But basically, put it everywhere you're putting product. So just wipe it in, or you can use a brush if you don't want to use your fingers. But wipe it in, get it under your eyes. Just make sure you get it everywhere. For my next step, I will be going in with the E.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour. This acts as a bronzer and a contour. So I got this in the shade Deep Intense. When you're doing your bronzer or contour, you want to make sure it is like 2 shades darker than you. 2 or 1 shade darker than you. It depends on the type of look you're going for. If you're looking for a more structured, strong type look, then use contour. If you just want a soft, subtle type look, then use bronzer. But if you want both combined, just get this. So you're gonna take this and you're gonna put it across your cheekbone like that. You're gonna put it across your forehead. Make sure you don't use too much. And then you're gonna line it up on the bridge of your nose, like on the side, like where you will contour your nose. And then you'll put it along your jawline. Okay, so after you put the bronzer and the contour on your face, you're going to take a contour brush, something like this, flat and hard. And you're just gonna take it and you're just gonna blend it out. Blend more so upward, like up your cheekbone. And then jawline. Now you're gonna take it when you're doing it on your forehead, go towards your hairline. If you have a wig on, be careful. But you're gonna take it and you're gonna go upward towards your hairline. With your nose, drag it up to your eyebrows, because this part is where you're gonna get an eyeshadow that matches and it's all gonna come together. So just take that and drag it up towards your eyebrow. Okay, so now your bronzer is on. So next step, we're gonna go back to the concealer. You're gonna start under your eyes. You're gonna go here, bring it over some, and then do a little bit in the corner of your eye. Then you're gonna do it on your upper lip, on your chin, and then some on your forehead. And then you're gonna put some on the bridge of your nose. So now, what we're gonna do, you're gonna take your setting spray, and you're gonna take a blending brush. This brush, I use the Real Technique brush, setting brush. So you gotta spray your brush, just to make sure it's damped. You're gonna do your under eyes last because we're gonna let that sit. So we're gonna do the forehead, bridge of the nose, upper lip, chin, and then we're gonna go do our under eyes. And make sure when you're blending, you stay in a certain perimeter. Like, don't drag your concealer out or don't drag your concealer up. Just stay in a certain perimeter. Make sure when you blend, make sure you're patting. Don't, like when you blend, don't swipe, because then it's gonna get everywhere and leave streaks. We don't want that. We want a seamless blend. Go ahead. I'm doing chin pose off. Onto your upper lip. When you do your upper lip, bring it to the corner of your nose. Okay, so now that we got that step, now we're gonna go with our under eyes. So with our under eyes, make sure you stay in place. Depending on your face shape, it depends. So if you want more of a lifted look, see this out part that we do right here? You're going to blend that outward. So I don't want an upper look. So I'm gonna keep my concealer in the place because I already have a slender face. So if you have more so of a round face and you want that lifted look, you're going to blend your concealer outward, also with your blush, but we're gonna get to that. And if you don't want it, if you just want it nice, natural in place, you're just gonna stay beneath the eyebrow, the tail of your eyebrow. Don't go past that. And to make sure you get all up under there, just look up under your eyes. And then you can drag your concealer down, but don't, remember, streaks. So make sure you just pat. And then make sure when you're blending also to connect it to the upper lip, the concealer we put on the upper lip. So blending tip 101. Like I said in numerous videos before, there is no such thing as too much blending, okay? If you feel like your blending does not look seamless, keep blending. Now, if you feel like you're getting no justice with the brush, you can always go in with a beauty blender, but make sure your beauty blender is damped. It has to be damped. Take your blender and then go in to take off those harsh edges. Because one thing about a beauty blender, it sucks up more so of the product. So if you feel like you got too much makeup on and you want to take some of it off, just blend it with the beauty blender. Remember, don't stop blending until you're comfortable with the way it looks. Like if you still feel like it's too harsh, keep blending. But then don't blend all your product away either now. Blend, but don't blend all your product away. Because then again, if I think about it, there is a such thing as too much blending. Like if you blend too much, then some of your product will go away. But then if you feel like that's how you like it less, then by all means blend away. That's why I usually say there's no such thing as too much blending, because if you feel like you got too much product on your face and you don't want all that product on your face, you can blend some of that stuff away. For our next step, we're gonna go in with our powdered bronzer. Mine is the Fenty Beauty in the shade Mocha Mami. So this one is a more expensive one. If you want a more cheaper one, I would say this one right here, the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette in the shade Dark to Deep. So this is how it looks in the inside. You got a contour shade, you have a bronzer shade, and then you have a highlighter. This is what I used to use before I transitioned to this, or you can also use, I don't know where she is right now, but you can use the Juvia's Place Duo bronzer palette. That one is really, really good. I mean, really good. So take your bronzer. You're gonna take a bronzer brush or an angle brush. This is the Morphe M405 angle brush. You're just gonna dab, tap the top to get that excess off. And you're just gonna bronze the side of your face in the upward motion. Remember, if you're going for that lifted look. But then also make sure you don't want to place your product too low, because then your face will look like it's droopy. So even if you don't want your face sculpt, like snatched, still bring your product up so your face can look lifted. And then drag it down. It should all connect. It should all be like do 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 do. And then you can just put some down here where you put your liquid bronzer. So the next step is the setting powder. Now here's when things get a little tricky. So this video is a natural glam. So I'll be using my Huda Beauty setting powder in the shade Cinnamon. So Cinnamon, it is a dark, not dark, but like a brown shade that will match my skin complexion. But usually in my older looks, when I want a brighter under eye, I use the Huda Beauty in the shade Banana Bread. I really wish they had this in a travel size, because this costs too much. But if you want a brighter under eye, if you don't want it too natural, I would say go in with Banana Bread. This one is really, really good. I recommend a blender that's like this. Listen, this girl right here will blend this stuff in so seamlessly, it's crazy. I see some people use a brush. You can use whatever is comfortable for you, but I recommend a beauty blender like this. Blow off the excess. Make sure you don't got too much. You can always tap it on the back of your hand if you feel like you got too much. And then when you go in, you're gonna put your setting powder everywhere you put concealer. Like literally everywhere you put concealer. You see how like that is literally my shade? It's crazy. Okay, so while we let this sit on our face, we're going to do literally everything else. So next up, you're gonna take your blush. This is the Juvia's Place Duo in Volume 1. I love these shades for darker skin girlies. It has like a darkish plum type pink, and then you have an orange. So I take both shades, literally, and I just take it on my cheek. Now don't go too crazy with the blush, but if you're a blush girly, Okay, so now we're gonna go back in with our bronzer. Now, this is for the contouring of your nose. Start in the middle, and then drag it upward towards your eyebrows. And then drag it down. Okay, so after you contour your nose, you're gonna take that same shade and use it as a eyeshadow. So you're gonna put it on your lids. Now, I'm not gonna say that makeup is easy, because honestly, it's easier said than done. Like, you can sit up and like watch tutorials all day and it'll look super easy, but as soon as, you know, it's your turn to actually start, it don't be turning out the way you thought it was gonna turn out. And that's okay, because you have to understand that for one, everyone's shades are different. So like, if you are a lighter skin girl, I recommend watching a lighter skin makeup artist, because then it's easier for you to kind of shade match and stuff too. But if you looking for like technique wise, then yeah, by all means watch literally anybody. If you're a beginner and you're trying to look for like your shades and stuff, I recommend watching girlies that are your skin tone. That's how I was able to easily do my skin matches, by watching makeup girlies that were closer to my skin tone, or if they were makeup artists and they were doing other people, I would pay attention to the girls that they were doing that were like my skin color, and I was paying attention to the products that they were using, like the shade. Okay, so after that, you literally are pretty much done. Like, literally all you have to do now is just get the excess powder from off of your face. And how we're gonna do that, we're gonna take our pressed powder. So I use the Maybelline pressed powder. This is the only pressed powder I recommend. It is literally so good. Okay, so I use the shade Mocha. Now, if I was doing a brighter under eye, I would use the shade Coconut. Yeah. So if I was using the banana bread setting powder, I would use the shade Coconut to dust it away. But since I'm not, I'm using one that's closer to my skin complexion. We're going to use Mocha to dust it off. So you just take it, dab it on there, and then you're just going to dust that powder away. Seamless, guys, seamless. Okay, next step. This step is optional. We're gonna take our eyeliner. Now, mind you, I cannot do the upper line eyeliner. That is just a skill I just can't do, no matter how many times I try. So what I do, take it, and we're gonna do our waterline. We're gonna darken our waterline. See? I always recommend this step, even though it's optional. I always recommend it because I feel like a dark under eye, that little waterline look, I feel like it just gives your eyes like that flirty look. Now, if it's hard for you to keep your eye open while doing this, take the blender that you was using and just use it to hold your eye down, especially if you don't want to touch your makeup. So I'm gonna use the camera. I'm actually not gonna use the camera. But you can hold your eye down and then go underneath like that. Just FYI, if you do that, like if you hold it down, you will get some of the powder back under your eyes. So you just take it and dust it off. Now our next step will be our lip liner. So the lip liner I use is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio. Again, the same product that I use for my under eye, I use it for my lip liner. So this is not an actual lip liner, it's an eyeliner. But I just love the shade of brown that they have, so I just use it as a lip liner. You want to clean off your lips You don't have to use this. You can use, I use the Juvia's Place one, y'all. I love that one down, but I ran out. And basically, you just want to carve out the shape of your lips. Now, I'm not a professional when it comes to lip combos, y'all. I'm still trying to find the perfect lip combo for me that I like. I be all up and down through TikTok trying to find like the perfect nude, the perfect pink. But what I usually use, I use this Juvia's Place liquid lip gloss in the shade Bronze Sugar. Yeah. So, you just put it on your lips. You put a little bit on top, and then instead of rubbing, you're just gonna like. So after you do that, make sure you go in with a clear gloss. This clear gloss I'm using is from Juvia's Place. You can literally use any clear gloss you want, and just go in. Make sure you clean your applicator off before you stick it back inside of your product, because you do not want that mixed up. Okay, now for the next step, after you do your lip combo, you're gonna take your setting mist. Okay, there's a difference between setting spray and a setting mist. So this is to kind of just put everything together, blend it seamlessly, and then a setting spray is to hold it. Okay, so we're gonna go in with our setting mist. This is the Morphe. Cover your lips, or if you don't mind you get your lips wet, leave your lips open. Yeah, this part takes me out every time. Now, you're gonna fan it. You can use a fan or anything you have here. I don't have a fan here, so we're gonna use this. Once it gets a little damped, that's when you're gonna take a big fluffy brush like this, and you're just gonna blend it all together. Okay, after you blend everything in, you're gonna go in with your setting spray. So I use the one size setting spray. Y'all, this one is very strong, okay? So be careful with that. So, once you do all of that and you are satisfied with your look, this is the finished product, guys. It is super easy. I hope all of you guys get in your makeup girly era, because it is 2025. Y'all have to know how to beat your face. You have to know how to beat your face, okay?